Hello everyone, my name is Lance090 and welcome to my tutorial series on Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. This will be episode 1. The last episode was about setting up the game. Now we're actually going to play. Now we're going to play it on the default settings without any difficulty changes made. Well, not entirely default settings because we changed some graphical things, but the difficulty settings are all the normal settings. So this episode's kind of going to be about like what not to do in this game, as opposed to how to survive it properly and stuff. So let's make a new game. Actually, I'm going to do a quick check to make sure there are no worlds. Yeah, there is one world. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm not going to do a well, maybe I should do a random character. We'll go through the custom character creation. Alright, so first, I'm about to sneeze, hold on. Maybe I'm okay, I don't know. I hate sneezes. So we can choose some mods to install if we wanted to. Again, a lot of these are to change difficulty if you wanted to. Like, let's see, I might need towards the bottom. Oh, here's mundane zombies. I'm not exactly sure what the difference between this and the static zombies are, because they sound like they do practically the same thing. I'm not entirely sure. There's also slow zombies, prevent zombie reviving. So yeah, if you want to change no monsters. So if you want to change the difficulty, these are some other ways to do it. And then there's just some other options here, which I don't really need to mess with. We're not going to turn any of them on. Built-in options, we talked about these before. Oops, change that. Oh, no, okay. I think I had it on yes, though, so yeah, it's fine. And there's just a random name for this world that doesn't matter too much unless you just want to keep track of what world you have or give it a custom name. So here's where we build our character and how he's going to start. So the first thing is scenario. This kind of changes what your start location kind of is. Also, it also can limit some of the choices you can make with your character. We will leave it on evacuee though. Stats, strength increases your HP if you bring it up, it increases your carry weight, and increases your melee damage if you bring it up high enough. Dexterity gives you a melee to hit bonus and a throwing bonus, and you can get rid of the range penalty and possibly bring it to a positive. You can't get a positive range bonus, but you do have a penalty with the starting settings. This is more evidence kind of pointing to how hard the game is, that it starts you with stats that are negative. Not many games will do that. Here we have intelligence. It's read time, skill rest. It'll also affect things like installing biotics, it says here. It says it can help with NPCs. Well, it's not too important though, because NPCs are still kind of work in progress. See, we can increase it to reduce read times and skill rust. And skill rust means the longer you don't use a skill, or if you don't use a skill soon enough, it'll start degrading. So that's usually something I turn off because I just really don't like that, but we're going to leave it on for now. Perception. This is pretty much just, do you want to step on landmines or not? The answer is you don't want to step on landmines, so you got to bring it up at least to 10 to kind of get rid of stepping on landmines. And of course, there's a range penalty if it's not high enough, so you're not really good with guns if you have these penalties so high. So for our purposes, this is a character, like what not to do with the game. So we're going to say, it's the post-apocalypse. Why does intelligence matter at all? I'm not going to have time to read books. You have to kill the zombies and things. Screw intelligence. Alright, strength, though. If we want to crush some zombies' heads in. Sturdy. Perception and needs it. We'll just leave those two the same. Just dumb and strong. Who needs to be smart in the apocalypse, right? So here we have our traits, and these are kind of interesting because depending on how you balance them, you can see there's a plus or a 0 out of 12 here and a 0 out of 12 here. One's negative, one's positive. You can balance them and you're not going to lose any points. You always have to have more negative points than you do positive points. But you can also take so many negative points that you have extra points left. I don't think we're going to read over all of these for this specific character. And the next character we make when we're actually trying, I'm going to read them. For now, we're just acting as if we don't really just want to be really strong in the apocalypse. Let's see. Fast healer sounds pretty good. We'll grab that. Let's see. Martial arts training sounds pretty BA. Pain resistance sounds pretty freaking awesome. Terrifying sounds cool. Tough, yeah. It's exactly 12 too, which is kind of interesting. Negative traits. Oop. I have to pick negative traits, otherwise we can't do this. We're already negative on points. Addictive personality. Bad temper. Animal discord. Disorganized. Needs to be organized. Forgetful. Don't need to remember things. It's apocalypse. Don't need to remember anything. I don't like vegetables either, so I think it's we don't like vegetables. Again, this is what not to do. Profession can kind of change the starting stuff that you start with. Some of them make it so you have extra points, like this shower victim means you start with nothing, you get more points. Some of them just add better things. Let's see, is there something our tough bro dude would like to be? Lumberjack. It actually costs 0 points, which is good. Security guard. Sounds pretty boss. Be a cop. He will be a cop. So now we have skills. These are pretty much what they say. They're skills. Let's see, we do have some bonuses for being a cop to handguns and marksmanship. Nothing else, though. Again, we'll talk about these with our main character. This guy is like, just want to be badass. Let's see. We would want tailoring. Tailoring sounds like a pussy thing. It's got melee skill. House. Get a random name in here. Mitch Sheets. It's fine. Oh, we're pressing ampersand to change the name. I didn't mention it, but it's the period and comma keys. I'm pressing the shift on those to move the selection around up the top. And the arrow keys to move around the sub-selection. And the asterisk is what randomly changes the name. If we press slash, we can pick some different places to start in. Something to be said for just being, yeah, let's looking through this because we're a macho man. We're like, oh, let's start in the military surplus. That sounds amazing. We're probably going to die in like 2 minutes. Probably less. Oh, we could pick our fighting style too because we took melee stuff. I don't even know what all these do. Karate sounds pretty cool though. Okay, so here we are in the military surplus, these are very good stores. Don't get me wrong. But if we hit M for map here, oh, we are in the exact center of the city. We are surrounded entirely by zombies. We can already see here, there's a spitter zombie and a regular zombie. Which direction are they to? The south and south. These ones at the bottom, I never can figure out where they are. If I press X, I can free look around. See, I'm not really attached to the character now. It's just this X I can move around. Look over here, there's a spitter zombie standing next to a car. That's what these are. Again, if you had the old font on, these would look extremely stretched out in that direction. One way down there, he's probably not going to bother us, but the spitter zombie's probably going to come at us. He can see us. store across the street. I think it's a bar, if I recognize the symbol on our mini-map here. There's a bit of a mini-map up here. We can also see our health on these things. It's not a specific number unless you pick a specific trait that lit you. I kind of like just these general guesses a little bit more than specifics anyway. Here's our stats. This little face here will show our mood. Focus, I don't know exactly what it does, but it's there, and it goes down if things aren't going very well, so you probably want to keep it high. Speed is just how fast you are. Everything is turn-based. It's kind of hard to explain, because it's not like a click a button to end the turn. But if you press like period key, a turn will skip. See the zombie move towards us a little bit there, and there's now a tough zombie. And we're gonna die to that tough zombie, I can probably guess. So that was a turn. Just by pressing the period key, you can just stand in place and let a turn go by. And so the speed is like calculated in your turns when you're doing stuff. I don't know all the exact methods, numbers and stuff, but you want to keep your speed up as much as you can, of course. If you push Shift V, we can look around at things that we can see nearby. And there's actually an MBR vest made of Kevlar plates that fits nearby. We actually might survive this, which would be kind of funny, since this is supposed to show you what not to do, but that's a pretty good thing. We're going to want to pick that up. There's also some food stuff. And of course, you can also just walk up to things and look at them. So we can use our arrow keys or number pad to move. You'll want to get used to using your number pad, because that's the only way to move in diagonals. I'll step over one square. We can press E to examine in a direction. After we press E, we have to press the number pad in the direction we want to look at. In this case, we want to look at this square right here. You can see that these are lockers. And switch to X, and I can show you that they're lockers, or display rack. Kind of the same difference. So these are display racks. When they're solid blue like that, that means they have items on them. You can also see with the X what's in it too. So if we press E and in that direction, you can now pick up items that are there. See the combat boots, you can see the stats here. Combat boots are great, by the way. There's not really anything better than them. So like powered armor. But generally you won't be finding that. So we definitely want to grab these. So we press the right button, or the right movement on the arrow key to select it as accept. Or you can also just press the A key, this symbol over here. If there's a bunch of stuff, it'd be A, B, C, D. Press the A to select it, deselect it. And then you can press enter to pick it up. If we press I, we can bring up our inventory. Oh, did we not pick it up? Oh, we're carrying it in our hands. If you don't have anything in your hands, you look here. This is where it says where you're carrying stuff. This was fist before. We weren't carrying anything. If you don't have enough room in your inventory to pick stuff up, your room is based on this volume indicator. You might have noticed before when I grabbed the boots, it said that the volume would be over. But it's still 2 of 6. When you're carrying stuff, it doesn't apply to your volume. I think it applies to your weight, though. If you carry too much weight, your guy starts to get in pain and stuff. Usually you hit your volume max before you hit your weight max, though. So instead of putting him in his inventory, your inventory is based on like your pockets and backpacks and stuff. We'll get into that in a moment. But he's carrying these combat boots in his hands. Well, we want him to wear it. First, we have to drop our regular boots. So if we hold Shift down and press the D key, and pick a direction, drop it to my right, and then we can, now it brings us to our inventory automatically. Press F and select it, enter, dropped our boots, put them off and drop them. And now we can go back to our inventory, press J to select the combat boots. Now we can get the look of them and read them here. I guess I can go over this all now. Volume, we just talked about, that's how big they are, basically, how much space it takes up. So something like a gallon jug has a lot of volume, but not much weight. These combat boots are a little bit more balanced, because they're kind of heavy, of course. Now, there's an important thing to notice here, that there's a bash and cut up here, and there's a bash and cut protection stuff down here. Up here, this is talking about if you're wielding them as a weapon, which right now we actually are. They only do 1 bash damage, they do 0 cutting damage, they have a hit bonus -1. That's just how easy it is to hit someone with them. Moves per attack is like how slow it is to hit someone with it. It's implemented with the turn features. It's calculated in a turn, I should say. The higher the number is, the slower it is to attack. Price isn't very important unless you're trading with someone, and normally you're going to have the NPCs off, so just don't worry about it. Material tells you what it's made out of. Generally, like, the better its material it's made out of, the stronger it is. But there's also some other features you can deduce from it. Like, something that is purely made out of Kevlar cannot be stitched up, I do not believe. But this is also made of leather, and you can stitch up leather, so you can repair these. Yes, equipment can take damage. It covers the feet, that just tells you where it equips to. The coverage is 100%. I think this means if your feet get hit by someone, it's going to hit the boots no matter what, because it's 100%. 100% of the time if someone hits your feet, it's going to hit the boots. What that doesn't mean, necessarily, is that your boots could still take damage. Not exactly sure what determines boots taking damage versus you getting damaged, but yeah, if you have 100% coverage, it means it's not going to hurt your actual body, or hit your actual body first. Warmth, pretty self-explanatory. This is how much it keeps you warm. These are 25. And by the way, recently, in these experimental versions, they've implemented nuclear winter. It's very cold right now. Do we have a temperature dial here somewhere? I think they actually also removed temperature recently, too. But there's flurries. Over here, we can see this thing here that says we're comfortable in falling. This is how warm you are or something. Right now, we're comfortable. Temperature is comfortable. Falling means we're starting to become chilly. So things are too cold for us. And we can look at that more in detail with other minis, which we'll get into in a bit. Encumberment means, how do we describe this? Basically, if you have encumberment, it's going to make movement take more points. It's going to make some of your skills go down. It just depends on what slot it's on. Different slots do different things as to your encumberment. It's a good idea to keep it as close to 0 as you can, because anything over 0 means too much encumberment. You're going to take a penalty. But there's some cases where you kind of can't avoid encumberment, like a backpack. Backpack is pretty much something you have to have, no matter what. And backpacks always have 1 encumberment, no matter what. So, yeah, you have to kind of take some sacrifices. And, like, powered armor has, like, encumberment of 5. But it's freaking power armor, you know? Kind of how you have to deal with it. Anyway, moving on. Now, this is the actual protection that we get from this item. So we get 9 bash protection. Anything that, like, punches you or hits you with blunt things is going to be based on bash protection. Cut protection is more based on sharp things, obviously, and particularly this accounts to guns shooting you. Yes, though there are zombies chasing us right now, there are things that can shoot us with guns. Spoiler alert. Not really. There's lots of terrible, terrible things in this apocalypse. Just think of this apocalypse. It's every apocalypse imagined all at the same time. Everything. Nuclear apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, demon apocalypse, environmental disaster, viral infection disaster. Everything's happening at the same time. It's terrible. And they have a storage of 0. This number is basically how much volume it adds to you if you put it on. And then there's some describing things down here. There's a description, which is a modern reinforced tackle combat boots, very durable. That's usually not too important. More important things are these down here. This piece of clothing fits you perfectly. That's because it fits. Clothes cannot fit sometimes. And you can, some clothing you can refit too if you have cloth and stuff to repair it with, but we'll get into that later. This gear is generally worn with clothing. I guess that's pretty obvious. This piece of clothing won't let water through unless you jump in a river or something like that. So if it's raining, your feet won't get wet. And if you're wet, you get morale penalties. You'll get a little bit unhappy up there. This piece of clothing was designed to protect you from harm and withstand a lot of abuse. I don't know specifically what that means, but generally when you see military gear and stuff, that's going to say that. I'm not sure if it means it can take more of a beating or something, but probably does mean something. I just don't know what it is. Then we have our list of options here of what we can do. There's activate. If it's like a flashlight or something, you'll turn on the flashlight, but it's not something we can activate. Can't read it, we can't eat it. We can wear it, which is what we're going to do in a moment. We can wield it, which is what we're doing right now. We can throw it. I'm not sure we would have a reason to throw this right now. Take off, as if you're wearing it. You can take it off, but we're not wearing it yet. And just drop it at our feet. If it's a gun, we can unload it. If it's an empty gun, we could reload it. Disassemble can do a variety of things depending on what the item is. But it usually just breaks it down into its basic parts, but you have to have like a knife and stuff to do that. Then you can reassign what letter it's assigned to and assign if you want to assign them to be auto-picked up, but we're not going to mess with those two. Almost never do anything with those two. But we're going to wear it. This is Shift W. You have to pay attention. There is case-sensitive stuff here. So now we are wearing them. Our inventory, you can see it's down at the bottom here. Now we can talk about that warmth I mentioned before. If you press the plus sign or Shift plus sign, however you're getting to it. Numpad, it's just plus sign, but if you do the main keyboard, it's Shift equal sign. This menu, I think, is new. Rather new. But it's really nice because it helps you deal with the layering and stuff of your clothing, and it kind of gets you a quick look at your gear and weight and stuff. Warmth. So here, is encumbrance and warmth. These zeros and plus zeros and equals zeros. This is the encumbrance. The first field is just the encumbrance from an item if you actually have an item that encumbers you. The plus encumbrance is if you're wearing too many items, and that's adding encumbrance. And then the equals will show you the total encumbrance. You can see we have torso, head, mouth, eyes, arms, hands, legs, feet. These used to, arms, hands, legs, and feet used to just be one thing per thing, but now they're separated. They still seem to take damage kind of evenly, but they might be planning to do more with that in the future. Like I said, it's kind of new. You can see these numbers here. These are our warmth. Anything negative means we're kind of cold. But as long as it's green, that means we're comfortable. And if it's blue, that means we're chilly. And this will actually cause us harm if these are blue for too long. You have to get those ones to be at least green. It'll turn yellow if you're warm, and it'll turn red if you're hot. And vice versa, you don't want any yellow and red either. You want everything to be green. Like I said, it's nuclear winter is enabled now, so it's very cold. I think these might be actual degrees, like how many degrees cold you are at these body parts. Could be wrong on that. If we use the arrow keys, we can navigate between the specific body parts. And you can see this list of clothing. This is everything that's equipped. Now I'll switch to torso, head, eyes, mouth, etc., etc. You can mess with your layering this way. Right now, we don't have anything that's like doubled up. Here we go. On our feet, we have socks and combat boots. You can press S to select one and use the arrow keys to move them up and down. You'll see up here, there's innermost and here's outermost. Things that are at the top are closer to your skin. Things that are at the bottom are the furthest away from your skin. And obviously, you want your socks inside of your combat boots, that sort of thing. It's kind of important when torso stuff, because you start to wear a lot of torso things. And you kind of need to mess around with them. There's not anything else we need to do here right now. You see we have no encumbrance right now. It's good. We're cold, so we have to deal with that. So let's grab this. MBR vest, Kevlar plates. So, again, tend to just ignore these top stuff. It's not terribly important, because you're not going to wield this as a weapon. It'd be silly to. It's Kevlar, which means we're not going to be able to repair it. Torso. Coverage is 85%, so that means if our torso gets hit, only 85% of the time is it going to hit this vest instead of our flesh. It has a warmth of 15. This one actually has 1 encumbrance, but it fits. If this thing didn't fit, it would have 2 encumbrance, is what this means. Protection, you have 15 bash protection, 30 cut protection. 0 environmental protection. Oh, I didn't really mention what environmental protection is. Environmental protection mostly has to do with getting infected by like airborne viruses and things, and fungal zombies. Most of the time you won't have to deal with that, but it can come up. This has a storage of 4, so this will add 4 storage space if we wear it. And the disassembling tells you what you get if you disassemble it. For this particular item, you're just pulling the Kevlar plates out of it. That's why it's actually telling you what disassembling it will do. Normally it won't really tell you. But since it's like a vest that you pull stuff in and out of, that's how it works. It's me perfectly. It's strapped onto me. I don't know exactly what that means. It's designed to protect you from harm and withstand. Yeah, it's a military gear. So we'll grab it. 20 volume increase if we grab this, or 24 volume increase actually. But it's going to go to our hands because we already put our boots on. So we're actually not overburdened by it. But we need to go equip it. Inventory, F. And we can see the menu again. Sometimes there's more stuff than the sidebar can show you. Here you can see the whole thing. Put it on. Now if we go to our plus sign, got our stuff. See that we do have 1 encumbrance. It's on the left side here. This is encumbrance that we just can't avoid. If we start wearing too many things, even if they're encumbrance 0 items, this number will go up on the other side. So, we're just going to live with this for now. It also made our torso warm, which is good. MBR vest is a pretty good item. Now we have boots and elbow pads. We already got better boots now. These elbow pads, 30% coverage, so they don't get hit very often. But they do add a fair amount of bash and cut protection. There's 0 encumberment too, so as long as we're not wearing too many things on our arms, it's not really going to come into effect. It says it can be refitted. This means if we use a sewing kit on it, and possibly, sometimes you have to have rags and stuff around you. I'm not exactly sure what determines it. But if you repair it, and when it doesn't fit like this, it'll be refitted so it does fit you. Strapped onto me, again, I don't know specifically what that means. Performs good when it's wet. Again, I'm not exactly sure what that means. I think it might take a less of a water penalty, or wet penalty. Not necessarily gets rid of the wet penalty, but makes it not as bad. We're going to take them. And they're in our hands again. Oh, no way, they're not. So these were actually small enough that they didn't exceed our volume capacity. So this one's went straight to our inventory instead of to our hands. So we'll select them though and wear them. Again, let's go to our plus sign. See over here that our arms did not get encumbered any. It wasn't enough to make us warm though. I don't think they had very much warmth in the item. We can check the layering. For example, if the shirt was above the shoulder pads for some reason, or elbow pads for some reason, we can fix it. But I think this looks fine. There's something below us, so yeah, it's a pair of boots. Moving. Chocolate bar, I guess we'll grab that for now. It's food. Food. Okay, Spitter Zombie is getting close to us, so our safe mode triggered. Safe mode is triggered on and off with the exclamation part. If it turns on, you have to do that to get rid of it, otherwise it's going to be stuck in place for a bit. Actually, I'll turn it on just to show you. If I try to move, I can't move. This number here keeps going up. It's telling me how many turns I'm not doing. It's paused. Turn it off. It's probably time to wield our USB here, our gun. Now, normally you don't start with the gun. Keep in mind this is because we are a cop, so we're going to press H, W to wield it, R to reload it. We're going to let him come to us. Another chocolate bar here, and he's broken the window. So, windows are a really good way to get zombies, to kill zombies before they can really kill you. It makes it so they have to take more movement points to do anything. So if he can step into the window, we can gun him down a little bit easier than normal. But he is a spitter zombie, so he's going to shoot acid at us. It's like the, I think this goes by the same name in Left 4 Dead, Spitter Zombie. try shooting him now. Keep in mind, with a gun, it's going to make noise. It's going to attract more zombies. But he already broke a window, and that made a lot of noise, so it doesn't matter too much. You can shoot him, though. Let's go ahead and shoot him. Kablam. So down here, you can see things that happened. Blam, for shooting the gun. Northeast here, black grass blinking from the gun. We hit him for 27 damage. That's quite a lot. Guns do a lot of damage. Now up here, see the sound skyrocketed. It was at like 2 or 0 or something before. I don't quite remember what normal means. I think this is the firing mode the gun is in. So this could be set to burst or something. And the recoil is the important thing here. Recoil means we fired the gun. We're going to have a penalty to shooting it a second time if we shoot while this recoil is up. So what you usually do is just press period or something to skip a turn, or you could just move around. It's going to skip a turn. Recoil's gone now. He's also in the window, so you can't quite do as much in this turn. You'll see there's all sorts of noises here. These are what these yellow question marks are, is noise. They're not specific, though. They're not necessarily exactly where that noise is. We're going to fire it again. Oh, forgot to mention. You fire a gun, or fire anything, if it's a projectile type of weapon, press F to fire, and then it'll automatically select like the nearest target, or you can move it around with the arrow keys and stuff. But yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that a second ago. You see that acid came out of him. Don't want to step in that. Blam. Got him again. Only 28 damage. He should be pretty close to dead. It's a ton of damage to be hitting this guy with. Severely injured. Skip another turn. Hopefully he doesn't spit us. He didn't spit us. That's because he's probably stuck in the window. Otherwise he probably could have spit us. And blam. And he is dead. So let's press R to reload our gun. We don't want to forget. Obviously lots of noise. Kind of out of time for this video, but I have a feeling we're probably going to die very soon, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, now there's more food, but you can see our volume going over. Now that we're carrying a gun, we're not going to be carrying this in our hands, so this is the last thing we can grab. But we're still going to want to look to see if there's anything that's like better. Hot dogs, chicken, chocolate bars. Okay, that was a tough zombie in the window. Tough zombies are bad. Ooh, antiseptic powder is pretty good. We might drop something for that, but first we're going to deal with the zombie. Hopefully he'll stay in the window long enough. Bam. Critical. Did it say critical hit? Or did it say grazing hit? Only hit him for 3 damage. Very bad. Okay, he's still on a counter now instead of the window, which will still slow him down. Skip a turn. Blam. Now, he's not ranged like the other guy was. He's melee. Got rid of our recoil by skipping a turn. Blam. Skip a turn. Blam. And he's dead. Good. Let's reload. So yeah, the antiseptic powder is better than like a chocolate bar. So let's drop the chocolate bars and grab the antiseptic. We're going to need that if we get infected. And not enough to carry another MRE though. So, if we go over here, this little percentage sign is where his body is. See, he drops some clothes, an X-Acto knife. You'll see that his body is yellow. Seems weird, right? The stable version, I don't think you'll see this, because this is a newer feature. The zombies revive in this game. So if you do not smash the body, they're going to revive. Smash things by pressing S, and then indicating the direction where it's at. If there's a body, it'll automatically pulp the body. See, now it's grayed out. It's not going to cause a problem anymore. I'm going to grab that X-Acto knife because we have no knife, and this will add us. It has 1 cutting quality, which means we'll be able to start cutting things, which is good. Grab that. You can also smash windows and things with the same action. We don't need to do that right now. But there's another zombie on a windowsill. Again, we're being stupid. We're playing this stupidly. other than the things I've been telling you that are just facts. Normally, if it's just a regular zombie stuck on a window, this kind of situation, maybe just ignore him. But our guy likes to shoot things. Blam. Blam. You have to make your own sound effects. There's no sound in the game. Other than down here where it says blam. I'm going to make my own sound effects. Blam. Okay, we keep getting grazing hits, which is pretty bad luck on our part. Wow, I missed. Why am I having such trouble hitting him? And he's dead. Reload again. I have no idea how much ammo we have. 25 ammo left in our inventory and 12 in the gun. Examine the body. Some salted fish and some clothes that fit, which is interesting. Oh, another interesting thing to note is the stable version. I don't think any of the clothes that they wear are going to be damaged or anything. Now zombie clothes and stuff are always damaged. So I'll go ahead and smash his body. Step outside, and there is a tough zombie outside. See, there's starting to be a lot of things on our map here. We have zombies and fat zombies and skeletons, tough zombies. It's a bad time out here. And it's mostly because we've been firing our gun. Blam. In this case, since he's so close to me, he's a melee guy. I'm going to step back. See, he stepped forward at the same time. So I have a tiny bit of recoil, so I'm going to step back again. Stepped up again. Blam. Step up again. So fire again. Bam. Blam. And he's dead. I'm going to smash the zombie up here. Heard whomp. So this is some zombie is like hitting on the building or something. So this comes up. These kind of messages will pop up when you're trying to do something that takes time. Usually it's kind of unimportant. But if you start seeing something that says you're taking actual damage, then you might want to say stop smashing. But now we're just going to say ignore it. No, actually not ignore. No, no. So this noise is way over here. It doesn't really matter. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's kind of tedious. A flashlight, I don't really have room for it. Zombie again. Again. No real reason to shoot regular zombies. You probably should just melee them. Our guy doesn't know that. You're going to shoot him. Blam. 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 Keeps missing too. Just bad. Blam. Again, we have all those penalties because our stats aren't very high. Blam. And we're out of ammo. Let's reload. And we have, when you reload, you also have recoil, so we have to take another step here. Blam. And go blam. Oh, not enough. Keep missing. Missing so much. Oops, fire. Okay, see what he had. Leather pants are kind of nice, but they don't fit and shredded, so I don't want to mess with them. Zombie dog spotted on a smashing. He's up here. I'm not gonna worry about it. No. See the zombie approaching. No. They're closer, but they still weren't really close enough. Zombie dogs are fast, so he's probably gonna be able to catch us. But we killed him in one shot. Which is good. Put a zombie again. Y'all want to spend your time just killing these things with guns. Guns are better saved for big enemies. We need to reload. It's probably one of our last clips. Yeah, there's only one bullet left. Blam. Blam. This is a fat zombie, so he probably has more health, but he is slower. Blam. Blam. Hey, this is a child zombie over here, the little Z here. Now, child zombies are easy to kill. They're a little bit fast. They don't quite do as much damage. When you kill them, you get a slight morale penalty, so let's kill them just so we can see. Unless we miss, of course. Miss. Be damage, miss. Damage. Miss. Damage. And there we go. We got shot him good. Oh, we feel guilty for killing a zombie child. If we press V, not Shift V, is bad-tempered. Well, this is from that trait that we took on the main menu, the negative trait. And we're guilty about killing, -6. So we're going to lose focus for that. And I don't exactly know what focus does, but it's obviously a good thing to have it. Blam, step back. I'm out of ammo. The zombie approaching. things don't take a whole lot of time. Let's keep that in mind when these messages are popping up. That it's still giving you warnings about things being nearby, but generally they won't be able to get to you unless you're doing something really, really slow. But just kind of think about what you're doing. If it seems like it shouldn't take too long, it probably doesn't take too long. And that was our last bullet, right? Yep, we're out of ammo. I can't reload. Uh-oh. Well, I have an X-Acto knife we can use as a melee weapon, or we can just use the USB as a melee weapon. That's how I wield the knife, though. And like I said, we're going to play dumb. At this point, with this character and his build, we should probably just run. But we're headstrong. We're going to go fight this zombie in melee. Now, a nice thing to do in melee combat is to skip enough time for the zombie to step up to you. You might do on this next turn. It might take 2. He stepped up to me. That means he expended quite a few of his movement points to do that. So now if I attack him, all you have to do with the melee weapons is just walk into them. Press in their direction. If we walk into him, we do some damage. He didn't hit us in that turn too. And if we step back, he didn't get a hit in, and now he's just spot away. So if we press the period key again, now it's actually going to take him 2 turns to move. 3 turns to move. There we go. Now he moved. Spended his movement points again. Stab him again. Hey, we actually killed him. Okay, smash his body. Circular saw. That sounds pretty cool, but we don't have any comparing capacity. Oh, this zombie hasn't been smashed yet. This zombie hasn't been smashed yet. This one hasn't been smashed yet. Yeah, I know he's approaching, but it doesn't take much time to smash a body. And now he's kind of close enough that I should kind of be concerned about it. Okay, same thing before. Stab. Step back. Stab. Back. You saw that time he moved at the same speed I did back away. But he didn't get a hit in yet. Stab. Step back. He was able to keep up that time. Stab. Back. Didn't catch up that time. C, melee weapon does not do as much damage as the gun. But we're obviously not using any ammo or anything. And we got him. But now this other zombie's up to us. See how this fighting thing is just fighting more and more zombies by trying to fight. So just running away like we should. Oh, that time we got hit. So you can see that it doesn't always work, the moving back thing, but it does generally help. Here a crash, let's get someone is damaging a car somewhere. Zombie lunges forward, he bites my left hand. So you can kind of see if you get bit if you check up here. And again, this is another thing, if you pick the stable build, it's not going to happen because this is a newer feature. If something got bit, it'll turn blue. The name of it will turn blue up here. Interesting, there's actually no hands listed here. I guess that's one benefit of actually having the wide toolbar instead of the narrow one. Anyway, you can see it applied some damage to the arm here. It's not blue though, so we're not infected. That's good. You can see now we're in pain, which also lowers our intelligence. It lowered our speed a little bit and made us unhappy. Stab him, step back. Stab him, step back. Stab him, step back, and he's dead. And we're going to smash him. Who's nearby? I have enough time though. Smash that one. Zombie child, come at me, bro. Zombie childs are fast too, so. At least I hear a whomp. Someone's hitting a car or something. Stab him. I missed. Back. He has more dexterity, so he's hard to hit. I miss. Torso encumbrance, so he's got bounce. So this will pop up sometimes when you have a little bit of torso encumbrance. I also see we're chilly now. Too cold, and we haven't found clothes fast enough. So he keeps up with me a little bit better when I step away. Zombie child. Northwest, I hear a terrible shriek. This purplish Z here is the Shrieker zombie. They scream. That's just mainly what they do. It makes it so more zombies come, but we've already shot a bunch of bullets and broke glass, so it's not terribly important at this point. Keep missing the zombie child. I miss. I miss. I miss. Miss. I miss and I dodge him, so he's trying to hit me, and now there's another zombie child. Things are getting bad, so maybe this guy's smart enough to actually run at this point. Let's run into the building. Oh, he got me. My armor protected me, see? When you turn brown like that, that usually means your armor protected you. Close the door. I can get them to go through the window. Stuck on the window. Okay, this is kind of funny. Like, when things move, other than you, usually, when zombies and stuff move, they actually smash at the same time, so if you smash the window like twice, first one breaks it, second one can clean it. That's what he did. If you move through a window that isn't clean, it'll cut you. Take some damage. Now he's stuck in a window, he can't move half as fast. Probably stab his face. I keep missing. There we go, 13 damage. I'm dodging him and things. But generally, he can't hit me very much. Oh, he hit me that time, but my armor protected me. Got him. I also only come in one at a time this way. Unless they really push in. Sometimes there'll be so many that even though there's a thread, like a tunnel here, this guy will be able to move here, and then one will be able to move in front. But usually, a window like this is safe to just one at a time, then. Generally, you don't want to do that step back strategy at a window. Windows are a great place to kill these guys. Stab, stab, stab. Oh, I'm taking more damage. Alright, like, more damage you start taking, the bigger the penalty get. So our speed's going down more. Soon we're probably going to start not losing just intelligence, and we're going to lose like strength or something. Make it harder to hit things, which will make it easier to die. Got hit again. So bad at hitting things with this. Mainly just these fast little zombie kids are hard to kill. There we go. I accidentally stepped into the window, which is bad. Bigger zombie. It'd be easier to hit, but probably hit us for more damage too. Okay, now both of us are getting hit quite often. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And we killed it. There's still more zombies out there. Yep. Let's keep exploiting this window. Armor protected me from a bite. Okay, I think we're mostly good now, though. Could potentially use like a glass bottle or something instead of this little knife. But, not sure they'd necessarily be that much better. We could check. Oh, there's a skeleton coming in. Now, skeletons are kind of weak, but they're really fast. Unbreak the window, buddy. Why is he not? Not gonna break the window? I'll break the window. Come on. Come on in, buddy. I don't know why he couldn't break the window. Maybe they only do cutting damage, the skeletons. Armor protected me. Oh, he hit me and I'm bleeding. Yeah, he probably does only cutting damage, the skeletons. But now we're bleeding. You see our leg turned red here. So we're going to have to deal with that very soon. Our speed is even lower. You can see now our dexterity and strength went down. Pain's high. But we got to try to beat him. Oh, now a bunch of stuff got broke. So if your speed starts getting too low, they start being able to hit you more than once at a time. More than once per turn. So my armor pants are dented. I'm bleeding. Against my left leg. My shirt is ripped. There's my torso. Lose some blood. Bites my left arm. And I killed him. Now we're bleeding. Bleeding's bad. I have antiseptic powder, but we don't have bandages. Now, if you select the antiseptic powder and activate it, we might be able to do something. Okay, you can see there's some healing options here. But there's no like selected things to say. Usually something will say stop bleeding if it can actually stop the bleeding. So this can't stop the bleeding, and I'd rather save this for infection, because that's the main thing it's for. So what are we going to do? Well, have a knife. Grab some clothes. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of bodies here too, which we have to smash. But right now, let's grab these cargo pants. Crap, am I going to be able to? too overburdened to carry it. But I'm gonna stand on these bodies and press Shift B. I don't have a sharp item to butcher. Oh, the X-Acto knife doesn't have any butchering quality. Oh crap. I'm gonna have to drop like the MRE. And then I'm gonna select the X-Acto knife, and I just want to take it off, but yeah, let me take it off even though it was grayed out for some reason. I don't know why that's a thing. So now it's just in my inventory. So I can grab the cargo pants, or yeah, cargo pants, sundress, or just something into my hands. Now if I go to so I select the X-Acto knife, activate it. See, we have the items to do here. We can cut up fabric and stuff, carve items, or cauterize. Cauterize you can use to fix a zombie infection if you have like a fire nearby or a lighter in the knife. And you can use that to cure the infection, but it'll give you like 90 pain. Like last resort, do that. You really want to try to have something else that can fix an infection. We're going to cut up fabric. That's going to tell us to cut up what. We will press I to select the sundress. I'm wielding that, and yeah, that's fine. I salvaged 2 rags. Not very many. I guess they're in my inventory. Yes, they are. Press I and activate a rag. It is showing our left and right legs, and they're the only things that are showing up. I actually haven't used a rag to try to deal with this. Usually I have to use a bandage. But you know what? This is a bar, isn't it? The map view. Yes, this is a bar, actually. So these rags, we can actually... Probably alcohol up here. So there is. Now if we press ampersand, Shift 7. Luckily our morale wasn't... Sometimes your morale is too low to craft, and that would kind of fucked us over. We're okay. You can see we're making a Molotov cocktail here, actually. But not going to build that. Shift period and then Shift comma to move around this menu. Going to go all the way to other. Ooh. Oh, we can't craft bandages. Our first aid skill is too low. So see, that's one of the big first thing we're going to notice here about how bad our build is. We didn't pick medical skill. Skill is very important. So we just have to use the plain old rags. Ooh, actually we stopped bleeding on one of them, but I wonder why. We'll use it on the other one. Did stop the bleeding though, so that's good. I have a blood-soaked rag now. I'm not sure that's very useful. Drop it. It stopped the bleeding, but look, pain 46. Very unhappy. Guilty about killing cold. It's actually not because of pain, which is weird. Yeah, we're not very happy right now. Strength is down by 3 points. Dexterity is down by like 3. Intelligence is down by 2, but it's already really low. And perception is down by 2. Speed is only 68. This is the point where it's time to run. It's time to go. Oh, you know what? We actually didn't even have to use the knife, and that's probably being bad, actually. We have military training, or combat training, I forgot. Okay, tough zombie. At this point, we decided it's a bad idea to try to fight anymore. Even though we're Macho Man Randy Savage, I don't think we can do it. So let's look at the map where we could run. Let's just run towards the forest, I guess. Run. Oh no, so many zombies. I could try to cut through this building, but it might not work. Woo! Child zombie. Oh, and a boomer spit on me. I can't see. This is what happens when a boomer spits on you. You can only see the squares around you directly. Everything else is hashtags or ampersands. Or no, they're hashtags. Ooh, so we're just walking blind. There's a zombie there. We're not going to try to fight. Oh no, a feral hunter. See, there's tons of different zombies now. Feral hunter, well, remember the hunter from Left 4 Dead? This is what he is. He's extremely fast. Ouch. Like, we're not going to be able to outrun him. We have to fight him. Ouch. 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 Okay, I'm going to move a little bit because the other zombies are catching up on us. He's still going to be able to catch us and stuff. The other zombies are catching us too. Our speed is lower. We're infected now. See, it went blue. Health is getting lower. This is going to be the end, guys. Ouch. 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 Now we're getting hit by like multiple things, multiple times per turn. Ouch. We're way too slow to even run away. Our health is at like half. I don't know, it took like, got hit like 10 times in a row there. This next turn is going to be our death. See, our head only has 1 hit point, or 1-ish hit point left. But I'm still going to try to hit the zombie. And game saving because we're dead. Mitch Sheets is dead. What are his last words? Don't be a hero. Yeah, the Macho Man character does not work in this game. You just get... Zombies are stronger than you are. You're dead. So that doesn't work. We actually didn't get encountered by anything that was like super bad. These are just mostly regular zombies, which is why we didn't die as soon as I expected. Sometimes there'll just be a tank drone or something, and they'll just shoot you and you'll be dead. So that's why the difficulty setting has to be toned down. So we'll make a proper character in the next game. I'll explain everything even more detailed than before, and we'll lower the difficulty, what I think is fair. And that'll be it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and have a good day.